All right, welcome YouTube. My name is Bobby. This is Quincy Squid Garage. Thanks for tuning in. I am wearing my daughter Emily's Mickey Mouse hat that we got at Disneyland, maybe 2012, 13-ish. I don't know. Just to irritate her. So, I'm tearing down an engine. And I went to wash some parts in my trusty parts washer here. That's a little itty bitty one. I've had this one since maybe 2010. I think I got it at a pawn shop or on Craigslist when I was living in Corpus Christi. Maybe 40 bucks, something like that. So this is an older style. It does take petroleum-based cleaners. So you can put a little bit harsher chemicals in here than the ones you can buy now, like at Harbor Freight or, you know, the imported ones coming from China. They all take a water-based kind of solutions, so you can put a little bit harsher stuff in here. That's why I want to keep this one. So I went to wash some parts because I'm in the middle of tearing this motor down, and bad things are happening. So we'll go ahead and get into that, and then we're going to try to fix this thing because I don't want to get rid of it. I like the size of that one over at Harbor Freight, but this one, it's been tried and true, and you know, we'll keep rolling with it as long as we can. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so I got the old parts washer here plugged into the trusty Frankenbox's power bar here. And my switch, I notice, is a little wonky. I haven't used this thing probably at least a year. And when I pop this thing, well, we had an audible sound over here. Let's go take a gander. Bing, ding, ding, diddling, ding, ding. Excuse my mess. So over here behind the old fridge, there's a, what is it, GCFI? I don't know. I'm dumb as hell. So that keeps popping. And no matter what I do, and I tried it on different outlets, I even took it in the house, it is popping and popping and popping. So, and I got juice back over here. So the, something's got to be going on in here, because even when I push on this button, it's giving me resistance. So we're gonna take a little gander here. Looks like you know, this thing's old. It's got flathead screws on it. So it's got a flathead, maybe, I don't know, 1/4 inch kind of deal here. So we'll take this off and go ahead and try to fix it. We'll see if it's just got a loose connection or something. I don't know. I don't want to buy a new one. I'm cheap. Okay, so it looks pretty simple here. We got the cord coming in. This breaks off, and then the two wires from the cord hook up to the top of this switch, and it looks like we got some tabs here. We can pop this out, and then the internals coming from the switch, once they get power, these will go back out down to the pump. Blase, blase. And looks like we got a ground coming back from the pump and a ground from the plug, sharing the ground here. So that could be, well, no, because honestly I think it might be this switch, because it feels wonky when I'm trying to turn it on. So I think that maybe there's a bad connector in here. I probably have an old Red Guard switch or something I can throw on here and take, you know, see what it is. Oh, hey, check this out. So my kid paints these. This is a clear phone case, right? She does them inside out. Look at this. She'll do all the, like the red and, you know, like really, really cool. So she does this with like little acid brushes that I've acquired over the years. So she's actually getting pretty good. 13 years old. So shout out to Emily. Kick ass. Keep kicking ass. Couldn't be prouder. Maybe a little prouder. Medical school? Yeah, we can go with that. All right, so I went ahead and removed the pump. I had a video on it, taking it out, but it was pretty long and drawn out, so I just deleted it. So I had a hard time. There's only 2 mount screws on the bottom of this, so this one was not wanting to come out. So I popped this one out, and then I used the old Navy method, tried and true of, well, make a liar out of me. There we go. Using that whole panel to flip it around, and then you can actually get your screw out if you need to. But this is all hermetically sealed in here. So looking at these, I changed out the terminals a couple times, and we're still popping. So I ran a different ground to this, and it's still throwing those breakers. So somewhere in under all this putty, a ground wire is coming in contact with one of these two power wires. All right, and that's causing it to short out, and then it sends that signal back, which will pop your either your well, let's see, I got this little guy here. It'll short that out, or pop your circuit breaker, or your outlet if you got a GCFI. I don't know. I'm dumb. I don't know what that is. But so I've determined that this thing is junk. I did a little interweb search and trying to find a new motor. And they're about $60, $60–$70, like you can buy it on Amazon. So I went ahead and decided against that, and just decided to go ahead and bite the bullet and get a new parts washer. So we're gonna go ahead and put it together right now. I'll show you what I got. Okay, so out with the old, in with the new. I went over to Harbor Freight, $120, I think it was. No coupon today. They got me. So this is a 20 gallon. This is a whole stand, much bigger unit than this little guy. So I did raid all the Dollar Generals. I got 12 Purple Powers. I still got 2 more in the truck I got to go get. So I'm going to have 12 gallons of Purple Power, because you have to use a water-based cleaner with this one. So that's what I was trying to save that one for, because you could put a little bit more. I was going to use like Navy PD 680 kind of cleaner. But, you know, we'll put this joint together and give her a test, because I've got some stuff that could be cleaned, like the parts of this parts washer. No. All right, so let's put it together. All right, so we got her unboxed here. Holy baby blue. She is bright. So this is the Montreal Expos edition. Looks like we got a much longer hose here. So, you know, if that's your gig. I'm assuming this is our pump, and I think there's a little box in there to put like little baby stuff. I don't know. And it does come with a rather large shelf. I think that just kind of lays in there. And legs. So this is a stationary unit, so I'm gonna have to find a spot for it. So this big old shelf that goes underneath, you could put your Purple Powers. I don't know. So I'm kind of thinking, because this is such a large unit, when I put these legs on, I'm kind of thinking about maybe putting some wheels on there. And I've got a little wheelie cart, and ooh, look at the label here. Huh. Looks like Helen Keller was working in a factory that day. That's irritating me, so I'll probably have to pull that off. These warnings I'll have to read to make sure that I don't, you know, drink any of the fluid or anything before I pull that. But dang, look at the, it's actually pretty thick, pretty good quality. But man, baby blue and red, whoo, burning my eyeballs. Maybe I'll rattle can it. Well, this is a weird angle, but you know, that's what I did. So I found this little creeper, furniture moving dolly. I think I'm going to try to attach this to the bottom of this thing. Looks like it should be about the same size. Maybe I'll put it on the saw and cut it up a little bit and make it actually match perfect. But, I mean, it's big enough, right? So that'll make this thing a little bit more mobile, well, a lot more mobile, because it's going to get heavy once you put all this fluid in it. So, you know, we might not do that right now, but we'll in the future. Okay, so I've got her all together. I've got her on the cart. Now, I have not bolted it down. I still don't know exactly what I'm going to do with that. There are some modifications that I am going to be doing to this. Not right now, because I need it. I've got a Jeep over there that I've got the head torn off. Cylinder head is torn off. You know, like a lot of stuff I need to get in here. So we're going to go ahead and just use this as is, and then we'll do our modifications later in a later video. I'll just do a video on what I've done to it. Look at this. What? This came out of the box right now. What is this, a 1975 Datsun? What's going on? So we're going to throw some Purple Power in this thing and see how she works. Purple Power. Okay, so I've got what? Let's see, 4, 6, 7 gallons of Purple Power in here. And I got a cylinder head over there I need to get in here, but I haven't broken it all down yet, so I want to make sure I break it down first. But I'm just checking this thing out, see how it works. It's really nice, actually. So I am going to do some mods. not right now because I need it. So, and it's really strange because these all got to be coming out of the same factory, because this switch assembly is exactly the same one as the one that was on here. It's like exactly the same. So I've seen this particular parts washer, different websites or whatever, and they got the same rib, everything. They're getting stamped out somewhere and they're just sticking different stickers on them. But I think it's a really great gig. I don't like only having this, so I'm gonna do probably a dual port deal here. One where I got the brush that's actually coming out. I don't know what you call it, but you know what I'm talking about. And I've seen a lot of guys where they'll drill 2 holes here and they have an outlet and an inlet coming into it, and they'll do like an oil filter and a fuel filter type of ding, and they'll mount right here. I don't really like the way they've been doing that, because they have it go through the pump before it gets to the filter. So what's the point of that? It's dragging all your junk through your pump. So I'm gonna try to figure out a way to filter that before, because this little filter right here ain't gonna cut it. So anything that I'm gonna put in here until I do these mods, I'm gonna like pre-wash it with my pressure washer, so there's not just chunks of nastiness floating around in here, to save that pump. But I think all in all, it'll be a good little unit. I'll put a drain cock, a pet cock down here on this guy here, so I can drain it maybe with a hose. Maybe put a little fitting here so you can, into a bucket or whatever when you want to drain it, because it does get heavy. And I do not have it mounted on this thing yet, but I'll probably at least do that so it doesn't tip over or something, because this thing is pretty heavy once all this fluid's in here. But yeah, we'll do another video on it when I do all the mods that I want to do. And we'll come back to it. So I didn't want to buy this one. I wanted to fix my little one, but it just wasn't in the cards. So I'm now that I have it, I'm glad. I've got more room to do stuff. I can put my whole valve cover in here. I got a straight 6 valve cover. They're long, and I could only do like half and half on this little guy right here. So this thing had its use and its purpose, and I used it for what, 10 years, easy 10 years. So yeah, really happy with the upgrade. Once I get it upgraded, I'll do an update. So this is Bobby, Quincy Squid Garage, signing off. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you guys. Got some projects coming up, so like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz. I did start a Facebook, and I am starting an Instagram, because I'm going to start throwing some photos on there. We're going to try to get this thing going. So appreciate you guys.